Well, I was a teacher. When the school opened in 2004, I was the music teacher. We didn't have instrumental and vocal back then. And I came on and we had a really solid group of arts teachers to begin with. And one of the things that we saw was a need to be able to work with students individually, make sure we got to each student individually, throughout the year. And we really wanted to create sort of a stepladder process for kids to be able to prepare for whatever's coming next, be it college auditions or auditions for professional engagements in town. We thought about a structure that we knew from college and from professional settings, and we created this jury process.
The actual process of it is we have kids come into a room with the two visual arts teachers, and they come to school early that day and they set up all of their work presentation style. And then they have about 5 minutes to present their work to us as their teachers and their advisors.
Everyone in my major reacted to it in a super positive way. Of course, there were a couple people that were like, oh, juries. But, I feel like there's a secret, like, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, behind that. We're gonna do this, we're gonna do great, we're gonna impress, we're gonna show that we've grown, and we're just gonna knock it out of the park.
We try to give immediate feedback in the space. However, we have a lot of kids that really stress out about this process and they're so nervous. It's like the biggest presentation that they've done, and it's really important to them that they do well on it. And so we try to do really positive feedback in the space. And then afterwards, the visual arts teachers will meet and we have a rubric that we go through and we take really detailed notes on each area, and we kind of give the kids a grade basically on these different areas.
I mean, that's the tricky kind of thing about teaching art, right, and performance especially, is it's so subjective. It's not objective. But we have sort of these objective benchmarks that we really help students hit. So when you're preparing a monologue, we want students to do the background knowledge of what does my character want, how do they get it, how am I showing that in the monologue, who am I talking to?
The one thing that we hear most often from students, especially those who are going on to the arts, is that they are so prepared to have a conversation about what they're doing. They are able to talk about their art from a human standpoint, not just, oh, it's really fun and I like to do it, right? They can talk about the process of creating a role, of creating a sculpture, of what their artistic vision is, as well as the mechanics of how they're doing it.
And one of the things that we noticed before we put the jury process into place was they really didn't know how to be professional in their major area. Slowly, we saw our students becoming more serious in their art craft.
Probably my junior year jury, and it seriously pushed me to analyze, to work as hard as I could to try to make that song good.
As they get to be seniors, the goal is to make them marketable to the college and the audition circuit that they are going on.
What is fun to see now that I've been through it with every grade level is the older they get, the more they coach each other. And they pull up what they had the year before and they use that as kind of a base, and then they build upon that with the new skills and new work that they've accumulated over the past year.
It's really become a cultural element of who these kids are in their major. Juries are just what they do now. They know that's part of who they are and what they do. And we see a strong correlation between the kids that go on and have success at college with their preparation through this process, or get roles through auditions, or find success in the professional world.